Welcome back to the Genshin Impact Challenge Roulette, where I ask you all for your challenge suggestions, chuck them in a wheel, and try to complete the entire game while rolling a new challenge at the start of every Archon Quest. If you've forgotten, here is a condensed list of the rules. Last video, we made it through the entirety of Mondstadt and grinded to Adventure Rank 23 in just over 9 hours, and now as we start Liyue Act 1, I rolled a new challenge. Hang on a moment, before we get into that, let's talk about today's sponsor. Me. For every video in this challenge roulette series, you have a chance to win a Welkin. All you need to do is comment down a challenge that you would like to see appear in this series. My favorite challenge will win a Welkin, and others may be chosen by random if I do happen to give away more. In fact, last video's winner is Gold Ashy. Congratulations, I really liked your challenge concept, and even though it seems really annoying, I do hope it appears. Please message me through my socials in the description below, or put your UID and name in the comments below. Now, there are some rules around what challenges I will consider adding to the wheel. Firstly, they can't already be on there. That's a given. They also have to be somewhat achievable or playable within 1 to 2 Archon quests. I saw a few challenges last video that were really interesting, but as much as I'd love to use them, they either span multiple Archon quests or are extremely time consuming, so as long as they follow those 2 rules, it's fine. They don't have to be the most interesting or the most difficult, so don't worry. All challenges that will get pulled will get a shout out like this one for Liyue Act 1. I must rotate elements every 20 minutes. This challenge was suggested by Bodilori. The rules are simple. I must rotate elements every 20 minutes. Failure to do so within 2 minutes results in a pull on the punishment wheel. The order in which I change elements is this random order that I rolled. Now combined with the previous challenge, Tall Women Only, the number of elements I'm limited to is actually 2, Electro and Hydro. So right now I'm back to Lisa only, and at the 20-minute mark I have to change to Candace only. But before that, you all picked up on something that I didn't last video. If you remember, I did the Candace trial run with the following challenges, and as you might have figured out, Candace in this domain uses the catch along with other 5-star artifacts. So I failed this challenge, which calls for a pull on the punishment wheel. Walk from Traveler's Cove to the People of the Springs. Okay, that's easy. That's fine. At first, I just decided to start walking, I guess. This trip is going to do wonders for my speedrun time. But after a bit of calculation, I decided to not walk it because it would have taken about 5 to 6 hours possibly. And I would have been fine with that any other week, but this week I was short on time and I wouldn't have been able to get this video out for you. So there you go. Climbing and swimming is fine, but no sprinting, no sprint swimming, and no fast climbing. And that's everything you need to know. And we've hit 20 minutes, so you now need to switch to Candace. I still had to keep in mind the challenges, which were basically the Tall Woman Only. I didn't really need to think about that one at all because it's just Lisa and Candace. But then the rotate elements every 20 minutes I did have to think about, and so about after 20 minutes we made it to Liyue. Liyue was a bit annoying, but it was mainly fine. For the first half I mainly followed the paths, which was easy. It was very easy to walk around. But then after that I decided to go through here. I went up and around the Geovershap just to get to Sumeru instead of going through the chasm route. So, welcome to Sumeru. We didn't really have any paths to take early on, but compared to Liyue, it was a bit more hilly, and there were a few weathering zones, but we don't have to talk about those because we did not enter those. However, for the most part, it was kind of chill. We didn't really encounter any enemies until we went to the desert. Now, for the most part, the desert is also okay, but then you come across these things like Winnuts, and there are a couple of them, but luckily, you can just avoid them by walking. You kind of just outspeed them by regular walking. I don't know how or why, but that's just how it is. But there also are a few ruin graders and other strong enemies lying about. So as long as you can just dodge them and get out of their sight or get out of their vision, there's nothing too much to worry about. But after a lot of climbing and a lot of walking, we finally made it to Natlan. We did get interrupted by the little guy world quest, so we fought off the Rift Hounds and we gave him the most appropriate name for our character. Why? Boo. And we continued to traverse Natlan all the way to the people of the Valley of the People of the Springs, of the Springs of the the blue area in Natlan. And that's it. We're at the People of the Springs. This is stupid. Why do you even do this? Now before going back to the Archon Quest, I decided to use some resin, but I had the most fun experience fighting Cryo Hydro Slimes. Fuck! And then had an even better experience fighting a Hydro Piss Mage. Oh no. I ended up using a lot of food in this video for this specific reason, so it wasn't exactly that fun. That f***er. You can tell that I had a great time, but it was time to go back to the Archon Quest. I must make a mention here that it is literally impossible to use a tall woman for this part of the Archon Quest, so this does not count. That's just how it is. So we then got saved by Child, who then gave us the sigil of permission, so we then went to go meet Mountain Shaper. Is that the right one? Mountain Shaper? Moon Carver. My bad. Now this fight is very easy. You basically get 100% uptime on your elemental skill and burst because you get a lot of energy recharge. So all you need to do is just burst and run around. That's basically it. You don't get hit and your turret does damage for you. AR-24, nice. Who do we go to first? Let's go to Mount Hulao. Or okay, let's go to the other one first. So because I wanted to wait until Candace to deal with the Amber, we went to Mount Altang to cook for Cloud Retainer. And because we couldn't clear her domain the normal way, we attempted the skip. And because I didn't know how to do it, it took me about 8 minutes just to figure it out. I hate this so much. I hate this so much. I hate this so much. But I finally got it before my time on Lisa was up, and that was Cloud Retainer's domain complete. So then we went to Mount Hulao to save this guy's brother from Amber, and funnily enough, we got it on the first try. It was not the first one. It better be the second one. Or at least the third one. Fourth time lucky? We finally found him after 13 Amber, which meant that this mountain was also complete. So then we went to go see Xiao, who we bribed with tofu, and that was it. The Ruin Guard fight was pretty okay. It was nothing too crazy. So that brings us to the end of Act 1, which means we had to farm a bit until Adventure Rank 25. So we quickly finished off Deluxe Quest. The fight was pretty easy because it was just a Cryo Abyss Mage and then a Hydro Abyss Mage, both of which Lisa can break their shields. And then we went to go do this one-time domain, which gives us another 500 experience. Ouch, 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 ouch. Can I move? Can I move? Can I move? Thank you. And then we went to go finish off this Ruin Quest. And although I didn't have Pyro to burn these vines, you can just jump over and activate it and then just leave. But after we activated the last one, we went to go fight the 3 Ruin Guards. The fight was okay. I was just really fighting these 2 underleveled level 22 Ruin Guards at the time. The third one was just wandering around in the back, just not giving a care in the slightest. That was until it decided to come closer and drown itself, so easy fight. But after that we did a set of dailies, except for this one because we needed Animo, and that brought us to Adventure Rank 25. There we go. So as soon as we saw the screen, we were able to start a new challenge. We have a lot more challenges compared to last time, so there's quite a few more. What are we gonna get? Now, unfortunately, the challenge we rolled was, no WASD. This one was suggested by Spaghetti NC2ZP, and the rules are as follows. I cannot use the left stick to move. This on the keyboard, which I use, is WAS or D. So basically I have to move around everywhere by sprinting or normal attacking or charge attack, just any form of movement that isn't WAS or D. This also means no climbing, no swimming, no gliding. If I don't have a character in the party that can't turn, for example for Electro only, I would only have Lisa. I'm allowed to have a bow character in the party, but they cannot do anything except for change direction. I also picked up a free Lynette because I hit Adventure Rank 25. Now the punishment for the first challenge is still the same. If I don't manage to switch elements within 2 minutes, I have to put on the punishment wheel. But there is also a punishment threshold for the second challenge. If I make 12 mistakes, 3 for each key, but it really doesn't matter which one I press, within 1 Archon Quest, then I have to put on the punishment wheel. But for now, I had to get our characters leveled up a bit so we can actually use them. Before we got into the Archon Quest, we went to do some ley lines. Okay, normally I would be very upset about this, but this is actually very good for us because it's a polearm and we do not have a 4-star polearm yet. This is actually really good. Now fighting enemies with this challenge is really rough. It's very hard to dodge enemies, and if they have barricades such as the Dendro Samatrol, it's just very hard to get around them. So it was time to start the Archon Quest, but my recording got corrupted, so I don't actually have footage of it. All that time. Okay, well, because I didn't record it, I'll pull on the punishment wheel again. Yeah, this really sucks, but I'm gonna do my best to recreate it for you all. So because we had Dendro, we decided to go to the Spiral Abyss and try to get as high as possible because I thought that this was the best team we could have probably fought it with. But then we stopped after floor 2 chamber 1 because we started taking a lot of damage and we didn't have a healer, so it was kind of impossible to progress. I've also put the approximate speed run time in the bottom left, so it's basically similar to what it would have been. We then had to change to Geo, and we spent the entirety of our Geo time prepping for our Pyro time, because Pyro was one of the key elements in the next part of the Archon Quest. We got the waypoint here and fought the Pyroristic Vine twice for amber materials, but this fight was very easy because of Geo. We got lots of shields and basically we did a bunch of damage with our rocks. So next was Pyro, so we made our way to Daljuba Gorge to cook the Noctilucious Jade in the pot, and because we only had one member in our Pyro team, that's why we ascended Amber to phase 2. But the pot fight itself was very easy. There weren't very many strong Helitrolls, and Baron Bunny basically carried by taking up all the aggro. But after this we went to go get some silk flowers and then turn them into perfume. And as you may have noticed, we don't have a bow character on our Hydro team, and this is for one reason. Candace can actually use her elemental skill to rotate. So then we went inside Madame Ping's teapot, but you actually have to glide twice in this domain, so that's 2 counts. After that we switched to Anemo and we went to the Guizhong Ballista. And then you can actually jump this one, so that's fine. But then when you get to here, there's actually no way up to there. So you actually have to use your W key once here to jump on the thing. So that counted as 1. You actually have to use your W key quite a lot here as well. There's no way to get actually up to the Guizhong Ballista here. So you have to use your W key here again. So that's another one. And then the third one is you can't actually get into here. If you can, then fair enough. But I tried once. I tried once here and I couldn't get in. This is fine because then you can open the doors if you step on this platform here. So I don't have to climb back out. But then after that, we have to go back up here. So that's another W key. But after that, we were in the middle of the fight with the treasure hoarders, but we were running out of time, so we had to go back and change the cryo, which meant we have to press 2 more W keys to get back up here and also trigger the cutscene again. But that completed Act 2, and so we are back here again. So in total, we pressed the WASD keys 8 times, but regardless, we still have to pull on the punishment wheel. Beat 3 random bosses with a randomizer. Okay, that's slightly better. I'll take that. For this challenge, I roll 4 characters and I roll 1 boss and I try to beat that boss. If I don't manage to beat it, then I will give away 1 Welkin. Don't have. Xiangling is our first character. As you can see, it's not the easiest challenge because I have a lot of level 20 characters and I only have Xiangling built. On top of that, the boss that we rolled was the Fire Crab and we have 3 Pyro characters, so this might be a bit of a problem. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I definitely cleared that one, so let's go to the next one. I think it's safe to say that this team is not killing a level 100 APIP, so that's just another Welkin. But our third team might have a chance. We were fighting the Legatus, which isn't actually that bad. Firstly, D-Luke is amazing here since he's a Claymore user. He can easily break that Geo shield, and he doesn't even need to do that much damage. All he needs to do is break the shield. Now once the shield is down, my Xiangling and Mualani does a lot of vaporized damage, so it's not too much of a big deal. But we can't one-shot it, so all we need to do is just break the shield again. Whoosh, done. Easy. Alright, there you go. There's your boss. Back to the main story. Okay, real quick. These 2 Welkins are only for those who have watched up to this point, so if you have, thanks a lot, I really appreciate it. Now to get these Welkins, when you suggest your challenge, you must include the word Gorba in your comment. Try to make it as sneakily as possible so that others don't know, and when they scroll the comments they see Gorba everywhere, so it'll be pretty funny. Anyways, thanks so much for watching, enjoy the rest of the video. Now before we could actually start the next Archon Quest, we had to do the Ascension Quest, and as there are only about 3 more minutes left on Lisa, I figured that there was not enough time to do that quest. So next up was Dendro, so what I had to do was get some Rukashava mushrooms for Kole. But as soon as we hit the 15-hour mark, we could switch to Dendro, and so we could finally ascend our world level. Now, these Helitrolls are great because they can just be ignored. You don't need to kill them to clear this room. And the room itself is not that hard. The enemies are only about level 35, so we actually do a considerable amount of damage to them. But this next part here involves gliding, and there's no way around it, so unfortunately, that's another counter to the WASD movement. And the last room isn't all too hard either. It's pretty simple, except Aunt Kole got knocked, but that's fine. Actually, it wasn't fine because that means we couldn't change direction. But we cleared the Ascension Quest with a whole 50 seconds to spare. So we started Xingqiu story quest, but I realized that we actually can't do it because you have to climb a couple of ladders to get to Chang the Ninth, so it's literally impossible with this challenge. So when we had Geo available, we did this one-time domain because without Geo, it's really fucking hard. It's still just as hard with Geo to be honest, but hey, we did complete it in the end with the help of some food. We then went to go complete Xiangling's quest because Pyro was next. No! Okay, please let me through. Thank you. And then there was another water climb, so that's another W press. We then went to go fight the Cryoristic Vine, which was very easy because it was very underleveled. So all that was left was to help Xiangling cook some food. Yeah, well, it's f***ing raining now, so I can't make shit. And on top of that, our time with Amber was over, so we had to switch to Hydro, which meant we couldn't light the fires anymore. So we had to go all the way to One Min Restaurant just to cook some delicious jade parcels. And that also meant that we had to walk all the way back, which was a bit annoying, but it was fine. But that was Xiangling's quest finally complete, but we were still a bit off Adventure Rank 28. I can't get my protein. 600 resin. Yeah, we were 11 out of 12 on the WASD counter, so I didn't want to risk it anymore and do any more quests. Basically, we just used up all our resin until we hit Adventure Rank 28. Most of the resin that we used was for Cecilia Garden and also for some more ley lines because the book ley lines were in Storm Terrace layer and I'm pretty sure I couldn't get here without climbing. Now real quick, some of the teams felt a lot nicer to play than the others. For example, for our cryo team here, this team felt very great to play. Chongyun gives us cryo infusion, so it feels really great and it feels like our damage is actually doing something. Meanwhile, Lisa only feels a bit stale, especially when there's a lot of electro slimes. Unfortunately, I killed every enemy before this one electro slime, so I had no way of doing damage to it. I tried to get it to walk into this fire, but it ran out, so... No! I see a pyro slime. Yes! Yeah, I did the same thing again. Are there any other pyro slime? And then it started raining, so pyro slimes wouldn't explode and cause overload, so It said it stopped raining. It stopped raining. Need you to come here, pyro slime. Dumbass. Yes! Yes! Thank you, pyro slime. You are a lifesaver. And I have to say it again, Geo is absolutely horrible. This rock is so fucking stupid. Let this rock go away, please. And before you say anything, yes, I can climb the rock. Yes, I can attack on the rock. But the thing is, you fall off the rock so easily because it's so small, and I can't even press W, A, S, or D, so when I do get on the rock, it's very hard to stay on it, because 1, I either get pushed off, 2, I automatically plunge attack, or 3, I literally cannot move, and I just get stun locked. Alright, 4 star. Please a character. I would very much appreciate it. Okay. What the fuck? I never get any characters. Anything. Watch this one be another weapon. Okay, Sethos, I take it back. You f***ing dumb Helichos, freeze me! Why does it have to be Hydro Mage? Every single time, why is it Hydro Mage? Yeah, I don't know what to say. These things are just absolutely terrible. You do not know how long it takes to break these shields using normal attacks. It's fucking stupid. Finally. But after claiming rewards one last time, we finally hit Adventure Rank 28. And we also got the Archon Quest start card, so we can roll a new challenge. The next challenge is... Please! Oh, I thought it was gonna land on no UI for a moment and I was very scared. Can only use the region's element. This challenge was suggested by actually quite a lot of people, so I'm very sorry if I missed you out, but here are the rules. I can only use the element of the region that I'm in currently. So since I'm in Mondstadt right now, I can only use Anemo, but when I teleport to Liyue Act, I can only use Geo, and so on. The no WASD movement counter has been reset, so it's back to 0, and also I'm only allowed to use a different element if I'm required to, and there's no other way around it. And we are immediately faced with our first problem. We're gonna have to climb up this mountain. And although I did hold W the entire way up, I'm not going to count it as 1, I'm going to count it as 3 instead, because I don't think that's just fair. And now we've come to our second roadblock where we actually need an Anemo character for this, so we're going to have to use the Lynette to hit the wind wheel. +1 on the movement counter, otherwise we wouldn't be able to get to this place. But then I did a quick jump to get this waypoint here, and then we had to go back to the ballista. But this time I had Geo on my side, so instead of climbing up, we used a special technique. It did take quite a few tries to get those, so it was a bit time consuming. But in the end, we successfully made it up without using a single movement key. We then fought off these guys, and then Kaching told us where to go to actually get to the Jade Chamber. But Paimon wanted to make a special dish, so let her cook. I mean, not really, it was some slime shit. But we went up to the Jade Chamber and met Ning Guang, and then we stole some shit off her wall. But then we used that to track down the Fatui, and we did have to fight them here. I honestly don't know what was going on in this fight. I put down so many rocks, and there's so many other things just around everywhere that I have no idea. I couldn't see anything, but we did manage to get all of them on the bottom floor. Next up, there are 2 Fatui on the top floor, but I managed to keep this guy here for the entire fight until we got knocked out, and this Hydro Gunner didn't even notice me once. Alright, go on.
Whenever you're ready.
No, I don't think they liked that one. After fighting the Whopper Flowers, we went to fight Child. I was a bit scared of this fight at first because this is probably the hardest fight in both Monster and Liyue. The first phase was very easy, my Noel shield tanked quite a lot, and also his attacks are pretty slow and they don't do that much damage. Phase 2 was a bit more worrying, but as soon as I got hit by this mark, I instantly went to the edge and he follows you. So you can just stay on the edge in the entire fight and he just stands there. So you basically never get hit by a super strong attack and you just deal damage while getting shielded by Noel. So it's not that much of a big deal. Phase 3 is somewhat similar, you just need to hit the edge and just get overloaded so he just follows you and also you don't take big damage from his big move. If he does run away, he will come back to you, but he might also set up for a big move. So especially with my no movement thing, I kind of need to just get to him. So for example, if he does summon something like the big whale, I can just go ham and destroy his ass after he summons it. So after not so long of a fight, we finally beat Child. I honestly had more problems fighting a Hydro Abyss Mage, but that was that, and now we had to protect the Guizhong Ballistas against the Fatui. This part was okay, they don't really do too much damage to the Ballistas, so you can just stand there and even if you don't do anything, they kind of don't do anything either. Like, what are you protecting that guy from? I'm not even hitting him. Madame Ping's buff then gives us so much more damage. You can basically 3-shot any enemy regardless of who you're hitting them with. Ganyu lets us heal, but is honestly not that much of a heal, so it's kind of useless. I think my shockwave's back. And Xiao just makes you fast, so it's okay, I guess. It really helps with my movement, so that's actually a big bonus. But having all three at once is basically a free win, so that was it. Mission accomplished. So we went back to the bank to find out that Zhongli was trolling the entire time. Who would have guessed? So then we went to talk to him again at the rite of passing. You gotta be f***ing kidding me. Bruh! Yeah, I had to walk all the way back. But that was chapter 1 act 3 complete, which meant we could immediately start the Dainsleif quest. And also, it was time to roll a new challenge. Only normal attacks. Okay, that's fine. I'll take it. This one was also suggested by a lot of people, so I'm sorry if I've missed you. This one's easy. Only normal attacks. No charge attacks, no punch attacks, no skills, no bursts, just nothing apart from normal attacks. Easy. Okay, essentially this is going to be like travel only because I can only normal attack, so there's no benefit to put out Lynette to normal attack. She has faster normal attacks, but I need to fight the Icewind Suite, and I don't think I can defeat it with just normal attacks. Also, I can WASD again. Oh my god, this feels so good. So we went to go find Dane, and how are you sitting on that bench? Your ass is like on the very corner of it. So then we went to go clear out this domain, which was fine at first until we had to fight 2 Abyss Mages. But the good thing about Animo Traveler is that Animo Traveler's first passive talent has a Windblade on their last attack, so we can actually swirl and break the shields a lot faster than we should. So then we went to Wolvendom to fight some more Abyss Mages, actually just this one because we can skip the second one. And then we went to Stormterror's domain to fight yet another Abyss Mage. My bad, one more. Actually, these shield Metatrolls are also just really annoying. You can attack them after they charge, but you can only get 3 to 5 hits off before they just put their shield up again, and then you have to wait again. So it's very boring, but eventually they do fall. And now since the quest goes to Liyue, we have to bring out our Geo team, which sucks because we don't have the Windblade anymore. You'll see why in a moment. But the start of this domain is easy. We just get rid of the Hydro Semitrol first because he heals, and then we just get rid of everyone else, which is pretty simple.
Be careful now! Paimon's right behind you!
Stop being a scaredy cat, Paimon. It's not like there's going to be any dead people in here. Oh, never mind. But we got out of this place pretty easily, but then we met this little fucker. I mean, luckily for us, this time he doesn't really do anything too crazy. We just have to take him down to about 1/3 health and he just retreats. So, easy. But then we had to go fight 2 Cryo Abyss Mages with just physical attacks. This was painful. This was horrible. Not only does their shield take like 100 hits to break, but they apply cryo to you, which makes you f***ing slow. Okay, to be fair, these are not as bad as the Hydro Mages. Their attacks are also pretty slow, and you can tell what they're gonna do. You can dodge them pretty easily. But after fighting such a painful battle, you will never guess what will come next. 2 more Cryo Abyss Mages. Not only that, but this Ruin Hunter packs a serious punch. This is not a battle for the faint-hearted. Ouch! Get off the f***ing tree, you idiot. Now the good thing is that Noel automatically gives us a shield at 30% health, so we can actually withstand quite a bit more damage. But keep in mind, it's only quite a bit more. This Ruin Hunter literally is just throwing bombs at us constantly, so yeah, the shield kind of goes away pretty fast. But after breaking this Cryo Mage's shield, all we needed to do is destroy the Ruin Hunter, which didn't actually take that long even though it has physical damage resistance. Oh, why there's so many of these guys? Yeah, I'm about to lose my mind. But after fighting this last lot, we had to go to the Favonius Cathedral, so we had to switch back to Animo. We then went back to Wolvendom, and then we had to go fight the Abyss Herald again. However, this time, he has a Hydro Shield. I mean, we're Animo Traveler, so we do have a Windblade, but look how much damage that Windblade just did! Jack shit! His moves are very slow and easy to predict, but sometimes he does an extra move or two. Triple spin? What the hell? But yeah, he only really does a combination of 3 or 4 different moves, but he gives a little indication every time he's about to use them. So it's not too hard to dodge almost everything. Razor, could you help out a bit here? Like, I'm having a lot of trouble here. Like, Razor, I appreciate you protecting Boreas there, but like, could you at least do something? Like, the fight's taking so long, it's already daytime. It took so long that he started adding even more extra moves to his extra moves. 4? He spent 4 times. But we finally finished him. So then we went to the first field tiller and then went back to the ruins in Liyue, where we had to fight guess who? Okay, but the good thing about this one is that he doesn't have a Hydro Shield this time. You only have to take him down to about a quarter health again. And these Abyss Mages, you don't have to interact with them. You can just hit the Abyss Herald and dodge all of the Abyss Mages attacks. And so we finally beat our sister. Someone is shooting fireworks outside and it's really fucking loud.
Brother, I have more than enough time to wait for you.
Like, why is it so loud? But then we finally finished Chapter 1, Act 4. And so, we've come to the end of the video. If you made it this far, thanks so much for watching. If you do want to see more of this challenge or the other challenges I've done, or even just more in the future, do subscribe and like the video. Remember, 3 lucky winners will receive a welcome next video, so do make sure you comment down the challenge below. Also, just so you know, there won't be a video in the next 2 weeks due to some IRL stuff, but I hope to get at least 1 to 2 more out by the end of the year. So please keep your eyes peeled when that does come out. In the meantime, check out these other videos on the screen here. That's all for this time. Thanks again, and I'll see you all in the next video.